Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin from Pilates for Life, and welcome back to my lovely studio here in Bermuda for another session on the mat. Today our focus is going to be on coordination. This is something that comes up a lot in my classes, so I want to give you guys something that you can practice on. Not every single exercise will focus on that particular topic of coordination, but it's going to come up more often than usual. So I hope you enjoy these exercises, and let's get started. So get yourself a nice space, get your mat set up, although we're going to start in standing. So we're going to start with some nice roll downs just to get the spine mobilized in flexion. Your feet need to be hip width apart and parallel. Measure from your hip bones down through your knees into your feet. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, nod the chin and start flexing down through the spine, rounding out the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and then closing the hips to come down. So keep your spine rounded as you open the hips. Open those hips completely and then restack your spine. Exhaling again to roll down. We'll do 5 of these roll downs, and you want to keep rolling down through the center line of the spine. Notice if there's any tightness on one side, if there's any favoring. Notice how your spine responds, if there are any parts of the spine that are more difficult to move than others. And you want to take a little more time on those. So you've got 2 more to go. Try and keep that weight balanced over your feet between the ball of the foot and the center of the heel. And here comes our last one, exhaling for the roll down. And then take a nice breath in at the bottom and use your next exhale to come up. Lovely. All right, we're going to do another exercise in standing. This is definitely one of those coordination ones. So we're going to do a hip hinge. I'm going to move my mat out of the way so you can better see what's happening with my legs. And I'll take a side-on stance for you. So you're going to have your feet hip width apart. They can be a little narrower. Soften your knees. It's a very small knee bend. Engage your deep abdominals and push your seat back so you feel the weight is more in your heels. So let's start by tapping back with the right leg and reaching the arms forward. Shift your weight over, tap back with the left leg. So keep alternating. You notice that I'm staying nice and low. I'm not popping up between feet. So we're really engaging in the seat here to get our stability. Last one on the left leg. And then we stand up. So now we're going to do a set where we tap from side to side. So I'll face you for this one. For this one, the arms are going to come up to shoulder height. So soften your knees. Push your seat back. Again, engage your deep abdominals. And this time we're tapping out to the side and back in. And you want to watch for where you are tapping. Make the tap light. Make sure it's right out to the side, not behind. Keep all your weight on your center leg. Let's do 1 more on each leg. Excellent. Bring it in and stand up. So our next one, we're going to combine those 2 exercises. So here's where it gets a little more tricky and we have to use the brain a bit more. So we're going to combine the tap back with the tap to the side. 1 on each leg before we swap to the other. Soften your knees, push your seat back, more weight in the heels. First we tap back, arms are forward, tap to the side, arms to shoulder height. And again, tap back with the left leg, tap to the side, back to the right, tap back, tap to the side, left leg, tap back, tap to the side, back to the right leg, tap back, tap to the side. Make sure you're getting the arms correct. That is part of the brain teaser aspect of this. Tap back, tap to the side. We're going to do 3 more. Last one, right and left. On the left leg, tap back, tap to the side, bring it in and stand up. Awesome. All right, so let's come down to the mat. We're gonna do a few exercises down here on the mat. I've tried to pick exercises where you really don't need much equipment today. So bring yourself down. I've got a pillow here to support the back of my head. I don't think I'm gonna need that one. So coming into relaxation position, we're gonna start with some leg slides. All right, so find yourself in relaxation position. You want the back of your pelvis on the mat. You want the back of your rib cage on the mat. Your feet are hip width apart and parallel, and so are your knees. So starting with the leg slide, we're going to layer movement. So we'll start just with the legs. We're going to slide the right leg out, and then slide it back in, slide the left leg out, and back. So good form means that we're keeping the pelvis still and the spine neutral. Sliding that leg out along the floor. All right, so let's add some arms. Arms down by your side. We're going to go opposite arm and leg. Right leg, left arm. So the arm simply reaches back. Left leg and right arm. I like to inhale as I reach away and exhale to bring everything back. And you want to watch the rib cage here, because as you reach the arm back, there's going to be that little challenge to the position of your rib cage. So keep it still, keep it glued to the mat, keep your pelvis still. One more on each. All right. So let's change it up a little bit. You can bring your hands back to your sides on the mat. This time we're going to add a hip release. So I want you to slide your right leg out, release the hip so you feel your knee turn out to the side. Keep that turn out as you slide the leg back, and then correct the leg. Slide your left leg out, release at the hip, slide it back, and then bring that knee back to the start position. So we slide out, release, slide back, and correct. Slide out, release, slide back, and correct. So let's keep going. And you're keeping your pelvis still while you do this. Now that's a little too easy, right? So we need to add some arms to this to make it more challenging. So before we put the two together, let's work on the arm movement. We're going to be reaching the arm back, and then you're going to sweep it around to the side so that you end up with the palm facing the body. Reach back, sweep it around to the side. Reach back, so alternating arms, and sweep. If anybody is a swimmer out there and you know backstroke, it's a little bit like that. Reach and sweep. Reach and sweep. So let's put them together. Slide the right leg out, reach the left arm back. We're going to do our hip release and sweep the arm as we slide the leg back. Left leg, right arm, do your hip release, slide the leg back as you sweep the arm around. So my advice for these is to start slowly so that you give yourself time to think. And then once you've built up a kind of rhythm, you can speed it up a little bit. Make sure you're using your deep abdominals to hold your pelvis still. I want you to keep your rib cage nice and still. Let's do one more on each leg. Finishing with the left leg slide. And bring it back in. Excellent, hopefully that wasn't too difficult. We're going to go into some knee folds and toe taps now. So let's go ahead and bring the right leg up into a knee fold, followed by the left leg. Your knees and feet are hip width apart. Let's lift the arms over the chest. And we're going to tap down with the right leg first, and then the left. So let's make sure we get this movement correct. The shape of the leg stays the same, and the toe tap is initiated in the hip joint. So you should feel your thigh moving away from you. You shouldn't feel your knee bending anymore or straightening anymore. It's going to hold its position. All right, so let's add the arms now. We're gonna tap down with the right toes and reach back with the left arm. Opposite arm and leg. This is a tough one. Inhale to reach. Exhale to return. Just a couple more of these. And then just bring the knees into the chest. Excellent work. All right, so we'll bring the feet down. We're gonna do some knee drops now. And once we've got that movement going, we're gonna add the opposite arm. So we've done lots of nice hip work today. So let's place the hands on top of the hip bones here, on top of the pelvis. And we're gonna allow the right knee to come out to the side without the pelvis moving. And then we bring it back. So you're gonna come onto the outside edge of your foot. Left leg out to the side and back. Right leg out to the side and back. Okay, so let's add some arms. Bring your arms over your chest. This time I want you to turn the palms so that they face each other as if you were holding a package over your chest. So we're going to take the right knee out to the side and the left arm comes out to the side. Left knee and right arm. So if you wanted to challenge yourself a little more with this, you can hold a very low hand weight, like a 2 or a 3 pound hand weight. So using lots of centering here to make sure that your spine and pelvis both stay in neutral. And let's make it a little harder. So let's do those swimming arms again. So arms are over the chest. So as I do my right knee drop, I'm going to reach my left arm back and I'm going to sweep it around. Left leg out to the side, right arm sweeps around. This one I have to really think about. So your arm is doing a bit of a circle, but your leg is just doing the knee drop. One more of each. Last one. And let's bring the arms down. Nice work. All right, just to finish off, you're going to come into sitting. Bring yourself into this long frog position with nice open hips, sitting up nice and tall. If this is a difficult position for you to sit in, grab yourself a pillow or a folded towel. Prop your hips up a little bit. Help you to sit up nice and tall and neutral. We're going to lengthen up through the right arm, reach those fingertips to the ceiling, and take the spine over. Come back to center. Lengthen up through the left arm and side reach. So I want you to feel that nice stretch through the side body, over the waist, down into the hip. And you need to make sure that your hip stays nice and still. So really press your hip down into the mat as you do your side reach. Inhale up, reach long. Remember, you're dragging your fingertips across the ceiling. Let's do one more to each side. Last one coming up. And you're all done. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Check out the other videos I have on my YouTube.